Good afternoon, boys and girls and gentlemen. Derby Day has arrived. Last week, Newcastle United men's team ended the 70-year trophy drought. This time round, it's the lasses' turn. Can they do the double over Sunderland? It wasn't too long ago that Newcastle United beat Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. 2 goals from Becky Langley sealed a 2-1 win at the Stadium of Light. But this time round, it's at St James's Park. And Lee, it's a big, big opportunity. The first time they can do the double over Sunderland in the Championship. The first manager, Becky Langley, could do the double since the Bobby Robson men and women's team to do the double over the Mackens.
Yeah, what we've predicted, it's about 37,000 here at the moment, which is quite incredible. Moments away from kickoff. Girls ready for it, emotional. But what a turnout, what an absolute turnout. Look at the Gallagher, man. Look how we're there. It's full to the rafters. It's brilliant.
Yeah, business-like attitude from Becky Langley's side. We are just about to kick off here at St James's Park. 2 o'clock kickoff. Under the lights at St James's Park. It was actually quite misty, if you like. But look, no motivation needed. Just about to kick off. All the players are doing the knee for Black Lives Matter. Sunderland will kick off, kicking towards the Gallagher end in the first half. Newcastle, of course, in their traditional black and white, going to be kicking towards the Leazes end. And we are off here. Newcastle looks like it's going to be 4-2-3-1, Lee Lawler. No surprises, really?
No, not at all. And it's just gone with Rachel Furness, as everybody can see at home. The lineups are on your screen. So, Claudia Moan, I'll do it in numeric order. Demi Stokes, Amber Keegan-Stobbs, so no doubt it'll be emotional. And then you've got Freya Gregory, Deanna Cooper, Rachel Furness, Jazz McQuaid, Charlotte Wardlow, Beth Lumsden. Murphy, who's been absolutely fantastic since signing Leah Cataldo, and then the subs, you got 2 goalkeepers in Donnelly Hawkins, Shania Hills, Emma Kelly, Barker, Greenwood, Andrews, Sibley, and Lewis Stroll.
Yeah, Sunderland won a free kick just inside the Newcastle half, and it's going to be a long ball. Newcastle line's not too high, actually. It's just probably just on the top of the D. It's floated towards the edge of the box. And Newcastle win it through Deanna Cooper. But Sunderland trying to float it back towards the box, but slightly pinball. But Newcastle get it away through Jasmine McQuaid and Demi Stokes. Picks up the ball just on the edge of the box, looking for Emily Murphy in her first derby for Newcastle United. Long ball. It's a long ball. It's a big chance for Beth Lumsden. She scored 2 last time. What a save by the goalkeeper. Great save by Lambourne. That's the first big, big opportunity, Lee Lawler.
Yeah, I mean, what we're in, we're only not even 2 minutes in, and that was a great chance, 1-on-1. Crowd obviously lifted it. Beth Lumsden, the Mackham Slayer herself, could have got a goal early on. To good start from Newcastle in the first couple of minutes, and have got herself a corner.
But yeah, I've got a corner. That's a real big opportunity. We just spoke about Beth Lumsden and the fact that she scored 2 at the Stadium of Light. She actually scored from a corner, and she has gone up to take this corner. Right-footed, it will be from Beth Lumsden. She does have the short option of Freya Gregory if she wants, but she decides not to do that. She gets the corner, edge of the box, looking for Rachel Furness, just gets beat in the air. Sunderland just about deal with it, and it probably looks like it's going to go. So it's actually just about staying. Deanna Cooper gets a little nick, and it's another corner for Newcastle from the other end where the Sunderland fans are going to be. I wonder what the reception's going to be.
Yeah, a bit of pressure here from Newcastle, corner after corner. Sunderland fans are not in the gods for anyone who's asking. They are down back in the good old days where the Europa League games used to be held over there. The away fans would get put on just at the corner of the east end where it meets the Leazes end.
Yeah, getting a bit of back and forth is Freya Gregory. Left footed for this corner, swings it in. Looking for Charlotte Wardlaw, and she has stayed down momentarily. But Newcastle recycle the ball, but Sunderland win it back. And they are driving towards Newcastle United, but they've got a little bit of sustained possession. However, Murphy looked like she won the ball, but the referee didn't seem like she wanted to give the free kick for that one. It's a throw into Sunderland instead.
Yeah, look, I just want to say the fantastic turnout. We have the surfer flag and the Gallagher over there. We've had a banner opposite the east stand of the girls walked out. So hopefully the nerves are settled from the Newcastle point of view. They'll be up for it. This has been talked about for months on end since this game was announced here at St James's Park. We're waiting for the official attendance to come a little bit later, but it's definitely a league record. Will it be a club record? We think so.
Yeah, we certainly do. Demi Stokes down this left-hand side, right in front of us, driving into the Sunderland half. She's still driving She's still driving. She's got Gregory to the left, but she does play the ball eventually. And she is looking for the overlap. Demi Stokes, can she keep it in? She can, and it's another corner to Newcastle. Great start so far for the Geordies.
Yeah, it's a fantastic start. So it's a fantastic start for Newcastle United. The pressure is on. It's going to be Beth Lumsden with the in-swinger once again.
Yeah, I think I like the fact it's an in-swing corner. We're coming towards just the first 4 minutes, and this is the third corner for Newcastle already this afternoon. Will they go short? Or I don't think they will, because I think you've got the likes of Rachel Furness, Deanna Cooper. Deanna Cooper, of course, the last Newcastle player to score at St James's Park. Lumsden with the corner cleared away, front post by Sunderland. It's a bit of a foot race here, but Gregory should get there first, and Cataldo, will she play it back to the goalkeeper? She won't. It's actually a ball that makes her way towards Beth Lumsden, who plays a lovely little ball inside to Jasmine McQuaid, who plays it again to Leah Cataldo, who's more of a central position. We place it to Amber Keegan-Stubbs on this right-hand side. Newcastle having a lot of the ball, have started the better of the two teams. Keegan-Stubbs plays it to Beth Lumsden. That's a free kick.
That's in a really dangerous position. You ideally, 25 yards out, shooting opportunity for left footer, surely.
Freya Gregory's already going over to put her claim in.
Well, the thing is, Johnny, we've got options now with either Beth or Freya now for the set pieces.
Lambourne getting her wall ready. It looks like it's going to be 4 in the wall. But Lee is quite right. It's about 25 yards out. Perfect for a left.
Got to go for goal. You've got to go for goal.
Yeah, I think Freya Gregory will. Beth Lumsden might have a say. Of course, scoring 2 last time out, but it looks perfect for a left footer. What a real opportunity this is for Newcastle United to take the lead early on. The first goal could be crucial this afternoon. It is actually going to be Beth Lumsden on this free kick. Maybe a slight surprise. Everyone thought it would be Freya Gregory, but it's going to be Beth Lumsden, the Mackem Slayer herself, if you like. It's Lumsden. It's blocked in the wall.
Do keep your comments coming. We can see them on screen. We will look back at them every 10 minutes or so and read some of them out for you.
We certainly will. Beth Lumsden has the ball towards the corner flag for Newcastle, plays it back to Leah Cataldo. Newcastle retain possession. You've got Freya Gregory playing centre-half.
She's everywhere, isn't she?
She is.
She slipped.
She has slipped, and Sunderland have a chance here to break, but Rachel Furness, Freya Gregory.
What's that one on the right?
And she's gone through. She's gone through.
Fair play. She's tracked back there, Johnny.
She has. She really has. Freya Gregory didn't want to make that mistake, but she certainly made up for it. But Sunderland still have the ball, still have an attacking chance. She's going to go for the strike just over the crossbar. No problem for Claudia Moon. That sees it, sails past into the Gallagher end. But that's the first real opportunity from Sunderland. But it was never going to really bother Claudia Moon too much from that shot from 25 yards out.
No, but you don't want to invite that, do you? I mean, that's one opportunity. You want to try and, we had a bit of pressure on the first, we're only 6 minutes in. The first 5 minutes, it was all Newcastle with the pressure with the corners. We'll just read some of the comments out because I don't know if you can say that. No sound. There is sound. I muted it before because of the music. Gemma, hello. Gemma, hope you're doing all right. Come on, the lasses. Choppy says some Premier League men's ground don't even get 28k. How are the lads? Dallas, Cowboy, brilliant. How are the lasses? How are the lasses from Malaysia? Brilliant to see everyone all over the world. Billy, hello. Chippers, afternoon to all the lasses doing. Just finished work. Dean, great to see that you've joined us. If you are watching the live stream, stick it on mute. Listen to our biased commentary.
7 minutes gone here at St James's Park. Newcastle United 0, Sunderland 0. Demi Stokes with the ball. Plays it towards Deanna Cooper. It's Deanna Cooper and Charlotte Wardlaw centre-half. It's kind of been the two with Charlotte Potts being out injured.
Yeah, I thought Potty might just try and... I mean, she'll be gutted because this is what Potty thrives in, this environment. So hopefully she's back next week.
Yeah, certainly. Demi Stokes looking for the long ball. Something slightly off ball between the Sunderland defender.
Nobody wants to miss out in a game like this, as I say, with Potty. I think it'll be interesting when Potty comes back. Well, Charlotte Ward will move out because she can play in multiple positions, whereas Potty, you would normally say she's just out and out centre-back. Same as Deanna, but it's competition for places. Injuries are coming back. We've seen Emma Kelly, who's listed on the bench there, so we'll have to wait and see. Hannah Greenwood's obviously filled in at centre-back. Rachel Furness did at the start of the season, if you remember. So,
what do you think of Rachel Furness being in that midfield battle today? Do you think that was important for Becky to have that?
Yeah, it's a bit of leadership, a bit of determination. She's lethal in the air. She's probably the best header at the club, so she'll be used as set pieces. And her physique as well, she's absolutely... Physique is just massive, isn't it?
Yeah, Freya Gregory gets the ball on this left-hand side off the goal kick. Wasn't the strongest by Lambourne, but it is still Gregory down this left-hand side. What can she do? She can win a throw-in for Newcastle, right next to the corner flag. But it's been a very good start for Newcastle without putting the ball in the back of the net. They're still waiting for the first real opportunity, but they certainly look the stronger out of the two. Having home advantage will certainly help this afternoon, of course.
Well, at least we're forced to keep out a save.
Yeah, certainly.
Need more often.
Yeah, definitely. Just before we mentioned it was off the ball, we were talking about Amy Goddard just actually getting a knock off the ball between her and Emily Murphy. The Sunderland centre half is actually okay now, so she's playing the centre half. She's really, really tall, actually, Amy Goddard, but she's absolutely fine.
I mean, most people are tall to me.
It doesn't take a genius.
I'm probably the same height as a lot of these lasses. I'm only 5'9".
Sunderland playing down this right-hand side, but Deanna Cooper cleans that up, and it's a throw into Sunderland down this right-hand side for Sunderland. It'll be Jessica Brown who'll be taking this throw in. The two number 11s battling out, Jessica Brown and Freya Gregory, of course. Rachel Furness says, thank you very much.
Knee nonsense from her, is it? Knee nonsense. Obviously, Becky just in front of us, yeah. She never settles. She's always on the touchline. She can't sit down. She cannot relax. She feels every emotion.
Yeah, she's certainly one not to just sit down. She'll like to be as close to the dugout, well, the line if possible. Sunderland get the ball, but don't really do much with it on the edge of the box, and it's actually gone to Beth Lumsden, who will look to play it left towards Freya Gregory, and Emily Murphy screaming for it down this left-hand side, and she will go long. Can Murphy keep it in, or has it got a bit too much on it? It looks like it's got a bit too much on it, and it's out for a goal kick to Sunderland. Yeah, keep your comments coming in. We'll make sure we read them out every 10 minutes or so. The bench, I should just mention, we've obviously Lee's gone through that starting 11. The bench is Grace Donnelly, Hannah Hawkins, the two goalkeepers, of course. Shania Hales, Emma Kelly, Katie Barker, Hannah Greenwood, Amy Andrews, Isabella Sibley, and Lois Joel. Strong bench.
Yeah, it's up. I mean, there's been times this season where we've had a couple of academy players, and don't get me wrong, Ava Chapman's actually really impressed with the development. But look, we're still having to name two goalkeepers, so hopefully we'll get a few of those injury bodies back.
Yeah, certainly. It's another throw to Sunderland down this right-hand side, and they may take the quick one, but Charlotte Ward will make sure that is not a issue, and it's a corner to Sunderland in the Gallagher.
Yeah, a bit of pressure early on. What we in 10 minutes, 11 minutes into the game.
Be interesting to see how Newcastle can deal with this defensively. Of course, Claudia Moon, the former Sunderland goalkeeper, joined Newcastle in the summer of last year.
Listen to them boos.
That is loud. Very loud indeed. It's going to be Katie Kitching, right-footed for this corner. How will Newcastle deal with it? Very much player-to-player marking. Corner comes in, and it's met by this... I'm trying to say which number it is.
Wasn't far off, you know.
It wasn't far off. It was a floated header. It was number 14, which was Natasha Fenton. Her header just glanced just wide. Slight warning.
Yeah, there's a couple. I think it's Sunderland have come into it the last 5 minutes or so. So I'd probably say that they've had a chance there. We've made the goalkeeper forcing a save. I think it's pretty even in the first 10, 11 minutes.
Yeah, of course.
Just point out the Sunderland fans in the corner as well. I think there's about 800 of them. They're making plenty of noises. So, you know, we brought, how many, 2,500? We got applauded for, obviously we've tripled their number, but they're making lots of noise.
They are. Emily Murphy, nice little turn away from the Sunderland defender. Newcastle retain possession, and Makiga Stobbs will play it towards the right-hand side. Cross comes in. Freya Gregory left-footed. You can see the ambition. You can see what she wanted to do.
She's trying to volley at top corner.
She was trying to do, remember Gareth Bale against Stoke all those years ago? It was almost float on the left foot to kind of hit that right-hand post, but didn't quite work out like that. It went a bit wide.
She has scored at St James's Park before, Freya Gregory.
Come on then, tee it up.
Come on. Who was it?
God.
It was this season.
Was it?
It was this season. She scored at the Gallagher.
Oh, again for Southampton.
Yeah, she scored for Southampton. She had
I thought, you know, honestly,
she was the best player on the pitch.
I thought you said do you know what? I thought you said the Stadium of Light. Sorry.
I
was like, really?
Yeah, she was the best player on the pitch for Gregory last time out. Yeah, for the opposition.
Yeah, certainly.
Oh, how a ref!
Ref doesn't think that a wrap round the head.
Brilliant defending.
Yeah, the ref didn't think a wrap round the head of Freya Gregory was a foul, but we play on. Newcastle still have possession. And Leah Cataldo picks the ball
up. Signed a new deal. What do you reckon?
Yeah, very good news. Very, very good news. I think she's flourished since just being at Newcastle. Similar to Beth Lumsden as well. She's been absolutely outstanding, and it's great to see two players that are at the peak of their powers, maybe even got more to give, are going to be at Newcastle United.
I think Cataldo's a modern-day full-back going forward. Defensively, there's still one or two question marks, but forward, she's brilliant.
Yeah, Demi Stokes, lovely ball. Gregory can keep it in. And Goddard just about deals with it, but it's a nice tussle between Emily Murphy. She goes down, but not enough really in it for a penalty, but Sunderland just about get it away.
But just on
the
just on the Beth one, I'm delighted for Beth Lumsden. I think she's been one of Newcastle's best players this season. Technically gifted, left foot, right foot. You still don't even know what kind of foot is the strongest foot. She's that good and delighting. Do you know what I get the vibes of her? That she loves it being up here. Even though she's from down south, she absolutely loves playing for the black and white.
Yeah, certainly so. Certainly so. Demi Stokes has played in some big games throughout her career, of course.
I'll read a couple of comments out whilst we're in play. Yeah. How are we all, Gemma? We are absolutely fantastic. First time watching. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Rob. What's the score? It's currently 0-0 at the moment. We will update it. Good afternoon, George. How are the lasses? Ooh, we've got a Mackem in the house, Sarah.
Oh, no.
Nice for you to join us, Sarah. Chris says, how are the lasses and Talk Forest TV? Afternoon, lads.
Jasmine McQuaid done exceptionally well to get away from two Sunderland players with her fancy footwork. And Newcastle have it on this right-hand side. Beth Lumsden, left-footed, tries to go for the strike, always going away from goal, and it's a goal kick to Sunderland.
Confidence for you, just been talking about her. Absolute confidence cutting in from that side, having a hit from the long distance. She's got it in her locker. So yeah, if you can drop us a massive like as well, everybody, if you're watching whichever platform. We're live on 3 YouTube channels today, and we're live on Twitch as well. I can spot Bernie over on the east stand over there, just near the cellar sign. If you look up Johnny from the Red Bull Zero, if you just go up and you can see her.
Oh, of course, yes.
In black and white, of course. From head to toe.
Yeah, no, always going to spot Bernie. Rachel Finn is doing something that Newcastle have just about cottoned on to, because Amy Goddard, because of her height, is winning every single header from the goal kick so far. But Rachel Finn went closer and won it. Newcastle no, they didn't. They just seem to be losing the ball away a little bit. But Sunderland aren't really getting out of the half too much, are they? Newcastle are dominating possession. They're dominating the one-to-one battle so far.
Yeah, it's a good start. I think, as I say, I think it was pretty even for me. I think from the opposition, I think the Mackems will be quite happy with the way that they haven't conceded in the first 15 minutes or so. So for them, quiet the crowd down the longer the game goes on. That's probably from their side, from their manager. But if Newcastle can score early on, the next 10 minutes or so, it'll set the place alive.
Yeah, of course, Deanna Cooper, as we mentioned, scored that late equaliser against Southampton in November. Plays it back to Claudia Moan, who gets one of her first few touches of the game this afternoon. Charlotte Warlow signed from Chelsea, of course, even though she had been on loan a few times, but she's obviously made Newcastle her home. Scottish international.
It's another Matt Ritchie, isn't it?
Yeah. Demi Stokes and Freya Gregory. Nice little combination on this left-hand side.
Brilliant from Murphy, that.
And McQuaid and Murphy playing a little 1-2 as well. I think if Newcastle are looking to win this game today, Jasmine McQuaid needs to have a lot of the ball. She has that key which can unlock a lot of defences.
Yeah, and then she's obviously playing a little bit higher forward, which is nice. And it's interesting that Emily Murphy's now got the starting berth, because she was sensational away at Southampton, where she's playing in the number 10, and her physicality and her touch it's just brilliant. And is this the first time you've seen her in person?
Oh, that's a late challenge. That is a late challenge, and this might be a yellow card for Sunderland. It is a yellow card. It was a yellow card offence. It was a foul on Beth Lumsden, but it was not that foul that's getting the yellow card. It was a late challenge, and it was a strong challenge. It has to be said.
Do you know what? I didn't mind that, because they got to crowd gun in a derby. You don't mind that odds. Long touch fit. Look, that was a yellow card, but I think you might have 1 or 2 more of them later in the game. Stand up if you hate the Mags. The Mackems as chanting over there.
Been 52 years since they won last Sunday trophy. It's only been a week for us, hasn't it?
And it didn't he play for Newcastle as well?
Yeah.
From Prudhoe, wasn't he, their manager? That won them that 70...
Bob Stokoe.
Yeah, 73. He's from Prudhoe, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, forget about that. It's going to be a free kick to Newcastle. Freya Gregory has gone all the way over towards the east stand, and will try to float in, looking for the likes of Rachel Furness. And Furness just causes a little bit of mayhem, but Sunderland do clear. And it's going all the way back to Claudia Moan. The Newcastle fans in the east stand are making some noise to the Sunderland counterparts.
That's the liveliest I've seen the east stand all season, including the men.
And you've also got the John Hall stand doing exactly the same thing, waving the black and white flags as well. Fantastic atmosphere. Remember, the vlog of the Newcastle versus Sunderland game will be on Newcastle Fan TV with Joe later on this evening.
Yeah, we've got loads coming up. We've got the press has to come. We're doing the last word, obviously this watch along. We might even do a separate video of the trophy parade. The trophy's coming out at half time, so I'll get some footage for you for there. So stay tuned to NFTV.
Ball on the right hand side with all the noises. It's going to be Freya Gregory, left footed.
Great ball.
Looking
Great
for Emily
ball.
Murphy. It does get there first, but a header.
Crack and ball that, mind you. Great ball.
Header goes
Great
well.
ball.
Header goes well wide.
She's been heavily involved, Freya Gregory, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has. I think the Gregory, Lumsden, Murphy. Well, I think
fluid.
combination's working, isn't it? A little bit.
Fluid, isn't it? And you've got to question yourself. Well, question Shania Hills is probably thinking, "Had a minute, I'm the second top goal scorer at the minute. Can I get in the team?"
Should she have started today?
Well, we've always labelled that Shania should huffs and puffs after 60 minutes. So maybe it's the other way around where she'll be an impact player. But maybe that's thinking of Becky. Maybe we can ask her that question a little bit later if she does make an impact.
Yeah, certainly. So another goal kick, and Newcastle do retain possession. We've said that a few times so far, and Amber Keegan has the ball in midfield, and it's a good challenge by the Sunderland midfield, and Sunderland do retain possession now. As long as they don't get into too much trouble.
The last 5-6 minutes, Sunderland haven't got past halfway line. This will be the first time.
Commentator's curse, welcome to the club. But Charlotte Wardlaw manages to get in front of the left winger for Sunderland, who knocks it away for a throw-in.
Afternoon, Mr. Sully. Hope you've recovered from Wembley.
Yeah, Steve Sully, of course. Well, what a day. What a day in the life of Newcastle fans. He absolutely loved every single second of it. But where is he? Where's Steve?
Where's
Stephen Shea? You know what I mean? Emily Murphy trying to keep this ball in after a long pass, and she does, but she hasn't got a lot of support, which has done incredibly well. Lovely turn away from the defender. Looking towards Freya Gregory, who has a player towards her. She's done twisting and turning away. She plays it towards Demi Stokes, but is the pass a little too heavy? It's just a little too heavy, but she's given the free kick for a late foul. It's very, I'll say it's a little bit soft, but you're going to take it.
I thought she blew for offside, to be fair.
Yeah, there was when Gregory got the ball in the middle, as she was turning away from the Sunderland player, there was a little nick, but again, I don't think there was many Newcastle fans shouting for a free kick, but of course we'll take it.
Yeah, a couple of comments, Kevin. The announced attendance, not yet. Probably half-time afternoon. Steve Sully, how are we in Newcastle? Gemma, are the Sunderland fan in the Leazes stand in the corner over there. Sunderland fan on the Leazes end. I think up the Cowies. Gemma says, I'm still on cloud 9 from the last weekend.
So Beth Lumsden had the chance last time to take a free kick, and Freya Gregory saying, yeah, you can have another go, I think, by the look of it. So Beth Lumsden,
that's the quality that she's got, left or right. You just have not.
You almost want both of them. You almost want both of them to make the keeper think about it.
Come on, Beth. How are Max Slayer?
Yeah, certainly. I think Beth Lumsden will get the nod, and she will go for a strike. Can she get it over the wall this time? It's about 25 to 30 yards out. Can she beat the Sunderland goalkeeper Demi Lambourne? Lumsden, right-footed, steps up, straight in the wall. She still retains the ball, but Sunderland have just about got away with it. But 2 free kicks in a row, and they've both hit the wall.
I think Freya might get the next one, to be honest with you. She's gone for power on both of them rather than just a little clip. And especially with the pitch, this is probably a bigger pitch than what they're normally playing on.
McQuaid plays the ball to Lumsden. She'll get a left-footed cross looking for Murphy, but Goddard will clear it away. Demi Stokes seems to win the ball fairly, but the referee says, no, I don't think so.
Shoulder barge, man. Shoulder barge.
Referee today is Sophie Dennington, and the officials are Luke Bowles and Danielle Whitworth.
Big occasion for them. This will be their biggest game that they've ever officiated in.
Yeah. Like he's just having a little word with the fourth official, because Sunderland's manager Mel Ray wasn't very happy with the free kick being awarded, and you can kind of understand why. But
yeah, well, Mel Ray, just to point out, used to be manager of Newcastle for many years.
Yeah,
so wonder how she's feeling as well.
Yeah, it's a big afternoon for both. Big afternoon for both. But look, there's nothing that they'll both want more as a win this afternoon. Newcastle, of course, have played the least amount of games from everybody from the Championship. They have got 6 games left. Well, 5 including this one, of course, that we're halfway through the first half with. Lambourne with the free kick. And it's a push by Natasha Fenton on Rachel Furness.
Because I'll get all emotional if I ask Colin Locke. He would love this right now, wouldn't he?
It's funny because obviously Colin Colin obviously would probably want Newcastle to win in terms of a working capacity, but he had such a good relationship with the Sunderland as well. He would want a draw. He'd probably want a nice 0-0 draw. But no, Colin Lock, of course, we could talk all day about Colin Lock, but the one thing we'll always say, what he gave to women's football in the North East will never, ever be forgotten.
Yeah, I love you, Colin.
Deanna Cooper picks up the ball and plays it back to Claudia Moan. Midway through this first half, and only played 24 minutes at St James's. Newcastle United 0, Sunderland 0 in the Tyne Weir derby here in the WSL Championship, of course.
Need a goal now.
Yeah.
We need a goal.
They'll spice things up for sure. I think Emily Murphy or probably Beth Lumsden probably most likely at the minute for Newcastle. Sunderland only really had that one chance that just went over the crossbar, but no real issues for Claudia Moan.
Just as Charlotte Wardlow's wearing a knee brace. Patched up on her left knee there.
Yeah. Lumsden goes down from a strong challenge, but the referee doesn't see it as a foul. Wardlaw to Cooper, who will go towards the halfway line, but will look to play to Freya Gregory, who's a little bit deeper. Demi Stokes gone a little bit higher up. You'll see that a lot throughout this game today. Gregory doesn't have a lot of options, and she tried to look for Jasmine McQuaid.
But Jasmine McQuaid's definitely been on the sunbeds, hasn't she? She's looking very, very dark.
Unless she's just gone to Whitley Bay for the weekend.
Yeah, the sun has been out the last couple of weeks, hasn't it? We are in spring. She's got about 14 degrees heat on her.
So Sunderland throw in on halfway. I do think that there is a big responsibility on Rachel Furness today to win that midfield battle and almost be like a destroyer.
If you look at that midfield behind Jazz, you've got Amber and Fernie, experience galore playing in higher leagues.
It really is.
And Fernie and both of them are mad Toon fans. Look at that.
And Rachel Furness just about keeps the ball in, and there's a battle off the ball, which is a Sunderland free kick. Emily Murphy deemed to have fouled Amy Goddard, and then she just wants a word, because it's a couple of occasions now where off the ball there seems to be a lot of, shirt pulling, if you like, and the referee's trying to keep on top of it.
Fair enough. I mean, she's a young referee. She looks very young, but hopefully she manages the game all right.
It's about, I think, managing the occasion more than anything.
Yeah.
Sunderland throw in is one back by Newcastle. Deanna Cooper will play along, looking for Emily Murphy, who does keep it in, and she almost does spectacularly well to keep the ball for Newcastle. She kept it in, but she just couldn't seem to get much on it. Beth Lumsden trying to nick the ball off Jessie Stapleton, but Sunderland did well to keep possession.
Sanchi, rest in peace, Colin. Yeah, nice words. Dale's in the comments. Sorry, Dale, he couldn't make it today. Fans not loud on the commentary. I think the fans are actually fine. I don't know if it's picking up on the live stream, but nice and vibrant, yeah.
Yeah, very much so. Very, very much so. Just looking around the stadium, it's amazing to see pretty much the lower bowl of Newcastle, if you like, practically full this afternoon. Yeah. It's only level 7.
I haven't seen what's behind, but yeah, in the...
Oh, it's full, I'm telling you. It's full.
In the Milburn behind us. But yeah, it's great, man. We'll wait the official attendance at half-time. We'll bring that to you.
Yeah, I'd say it's only level 7 that obviously wasn't open, so it wasn't going to be full. And Rachel Furness goes with a strong challenge.
I think it's Amber that she's given against the one previously.
Yeah.
So no doubt Sunderland are going to load the box here and try and go for... I mean, she is tall, isn't she?
Yeah, Amy Goddard is the player that Lee is talking about there. But Emily Scarr will come across towards this right-hand side to take this free kick for Sunderland. It's a couple of times that they've won free kicks. I think they'll be looking for the likes of Goddard to win that first header and see what happens. But Claudia Moan isn't small at all. She will be looking to claim it if she can. Of course, the former Sunderland goalkeeper. She will definitely want to be keeping a clean sheet this afternoon. It's going to be Scarr with the free kick. And another issue off the ball. And the referee has stopped it because it is a head injury. Is it Amber Keegan-Stobbs in that?
Yeah, and it's Amber's for.
It's going to be, the physios are coming on.
And no doubt the Newcastle players will come over to Becky, try and get a couple of instructions, get a breather, get a few drinks. What's working well, what isn't working well, what can be changed as we have like about 17 minutes before half time. So there'll be a few things that are happening down there. Becky's obviously barking instructions.
Well, all the Sunderland players are going towards Mel Ray and the vast majority of Newcastle players are going towards the management as well. I'll just double check and see if there's any scores in the other games this afternoon in the WSL Championship. And see, there was a few games. There was a couple of games yesterday as well, which I'll give you the results of momentarily. But it is very, very tight. Of course, Birmingham lead the way. These are the latest scores so far this afternoon. Charlton 0, Birmingham 1. London City Lionesses 1, Sheffield United 0. No real surprises then, of course. It is Newcastle United 0, Sunderland 0 so far. So at this moment in time, Birmingham lead the way with 38 points. London City Lionesses have a game in hand and can match Birmingham City, who play each other on the final day. Lee Lawler, Birmingham City and London City Lionesses.
That could be one for the promotion title. I think that happened last season, didn't it? Charlton play the Mackhams towards the end of Palace.
Crystal Palace played
one
Sunderland.
Of the two.
Yeah, Crystal Palace played Sunderland.
So you got the lineup in front of you. We'll bring you the lineup again at the start of the second half. But yeah,
it was actually Charlotte Wardlaw that's actually down for Newcastle. It actually looked like Amber Keegan-Stubbs for a second, but it was the centre half that was knocked while the free kick was taking place. Getting some applause from the Newcastle United faithful just before we restart. What a week it's been for Newcastle United.
It has, hasn't it? It's been the whole 7 days. And I think Dan Byrne I think he's had the best week of his life. The club are on a high, guaranteed Europa Conference League at least. Girls playing in St. James's Park, smashing the attendance record, smashing the club record. If Carlsberg did weeks, it'd probably be the best week in the world.
The whole beverages are available. Charlotte Wardlaw's back on the pitch for Newcastle. It is 11v11. And she's actually just got the ball just now. Playing it to Deanna Cooper. Who will go right-footed to Freya Gregory. It's a fantastic ball. Gregory looking for the cross. Looking for Murphy and Lumsden, but Sunderland do deal with it. And Sunderland are striving.
Come on, Amber. That's it.
Towards the Gallagher, but Amber Keegan-Stubbs, the Newcastle United captain, says, nope, you're not going any further than that.
Yeah, I mean, Amber's absolutely unbelievable this season, but Jo was quite fairly critical of her last week at Durham. Didn't have a best game, which was more or less chucked off at half time, which is rare for Amber. So she'll want to put things right today, especially being captain. You know, loves the tune, loves the club. But yeah, she's started off perfectly fine.
She certainly has. They're obviously part of the leadership group. Of course, she will be as captain of Newcastle United, likes of Hannah Reid in that leadership group, Charlotte Potts. Very similar to the men's side in terms of wanting that separate group away from the team, if you like, to make the big decisions, to be taking responsibility, which I think is really, really important in modern day football.
It is. I mean, she might not be from the area, but her dad is literally a Geordie, and she's got Keegan in her name for a reason.
Yeah. Newcastle win the ball in midfield, and Murphy looking for Gregory, and she has the pace to make sure she beats the fullback one-on-one now. Will she go down the byline? She will, but she's not really getting much joy. It's good work by the Sunderland defender. Gregory, look, maybe we should try to win a free kick. No, she'll win the throw-in though for Newcastle United.
Yeah, as I was saying with Amber, obviously her dad drilled it in. Well, actually, it's Newcastle or no one. And you kind of get that with more fans nowadays, the influence of your parents forcing it on you, but she absolutely loves it. She's been a couple of times now, she's played at St. James's Park. She's been emotional her first ever time, and yeah, I just want to put things right after the Derby defeat, but this is the proper Derby. Durham might take Newcastle as, they've done the double over us. That was their big occasion. This is ours today.
Yeah, it's a bit like Middlesbrough, isn't it, in the sense that, yes, it's a North East derby, but it's only Middlesbrough that really care about it too much, I suppose, in terms of that side of things.
Middlesbrough are like the cousin that you don't really want to invite to the wedding, but you have to invite them, don't you?
I'll take your word for that on that one.
I'm not married, so I'm married, I can say that.
And the referee, it's very good. It's good advantage by the referee, because Amber did get a little pull. Yeah, she's trying to get through the Sunderland defence.
She's done well there. She's just given instructions to Jazz to give us some options there. That they're still having that conversation. That's healthy.
Mel Ray, not too happy about that, but I think there was more in that one than the previous one before. She just had a little word with the fourth official saying that is not a foul. But the referee decided it was a foul, and unfortunately that's the only opinion that matters.
Well, sometimes if you bark instructions from the sidelines, you can get in the referee's head, can't you?
Definitely. It's going to be Beth Lumsden taking this free kick for Newcastle. I feel like someone's got to gamble.
Rachel Furness, how are?
Lumsden, right-footed, and the keeper should get that and punches it away. not really away from danger. It's Rachel Furness heads it. It's cleared off the line. Murphy can get ahead of her. Amber Keegan-Stobbs. Sunderland just can't get it away, but they do now. It's a corner. It was a real scramble. The free kick from Lumsden was punched in the air, but it wasn't punched far. It was punched towards the 6-yard box on this right-hand side. And after it was headed back by Emily Murphy, Rachel Furness tried to prod it over the line with a header, and Sunderland managed to clear it, but it is going to be a corner. But there is a couple of Sunderland players down, including the goalkeeper, Demi Lambourne.
I think that's clever defending by the Mackhams there, because they know that the goalkeeper's come out. Two of them ran back on the line, and they ran back on the line. If they're not there, it's a goal by Rachel Furness. So fair play to the Mackhams defending that well there.
It's certainly the closest. It's certainly the closest, and there's a bit of
afters in there.
Bit of afters. Newcastle and Sunderland, there's about 8 players altogether. They've certainly been working on a particular set piece routine. Likes of Demi Stokes, Rachel Furness being involved in there. Definitely not wanting to lose this particular battle. Deanna Cooper as well.
Because every time there's a set piece, Brassy comes out. Brassy's the goalkeeping coach, and he has a lot to say in the set pieces as well.
He certainly does, and they're actually targeting the goalkeeper as well. Emily Murphy towards the goalkeeper as well, along with Charlotte Wardlaw. It looks like it's going to be Freya Gregory with the left footer. Corner. 34 minutes gone. Little plays the short one to Lumsden. Plays it back to Freya Gregory. Will she have a strike? She will. Demi Stokes with the header. Just wide, heading it towards the far post. It was a shot.
Becky likes that. Becky's applauding that. Obviously, that's been worked on. Brassy comes up for the set pieces all the time. He works at that. I'm going to give you a little stat about Brassy. You'll never, ever see him in pants. He always wears shorts.
Well, it was a lovely set-piece routine in terms of Newcastle. They decided to mix things up, and they played a short 1-2 between Lumsden and Gregory. Gregory, left-footed on the edge of the box, has that strike, which obviously was going wide, but Demi Stokes trying to head it towards goal as the camera decides to fall on Lee Lawler. He just loves the camera. He just loves the limelight, does Mr. Lawler. But he is
saved that. It was a very good save.
Yeah, it wasn't. Great save by Lawler. There's a battle between Cataldo and Fenton, and Cataldo gets the better of it.
I've heard that before. No, the dog.
Yes.
Went viral years ago.
Was it Fenton, the Blackburn striker?
Graham Fenton, yeah, he was a Geordie.
Yeah, here's a stat for you. I actually work in the same building as his son, Connor. Nice lad. Very nice lad. Works in Shields. But yeah, his dad's a Geordie. Almost killed the Geordie dream back in 1996.
What's the score says, Mark? It's 0-0. Becky's going to look at volleyball to get our clearances right. Is this live anyway to watch, Aaron? I think it's on the Championship channel. They are going to stick that on. Mute us, listen to us. We'll waffle on. Jackie, come on, Sunderland. But thanks for tuning in, Jackie. It might be a man, but if you can help us out with a like, Jackie, that would be lovely.
Yeah. Newcastle are getting a little bit of joy down this left-hand side, but Demi Stokes, instead of playing it down the line towards Freya Gregory, she played it inside towards Jasmine McQuaid. But
she needs to get in the game a little bit more, doesn't she, Jazz?
A little bit, yeah.
She's not seen enough of it for me.
Yeah, definitely. That
was experience there by Fernie. She lost the ball, but just put her body in the way. That's experience, that.
Just enough. Newcastle, I think possession-wise, it's probably about 65-70%, but in terms of real chances, not many so far after 36 and a half minutes.
Yeah, I think Sunderland will probably be quite happy just to get it half-time with the score level, but Newcastle, as I say, the last 20 minutes have had a lot more of the ball. They just need to create a couple of more clear-cut chances. We've only really forced the goalkeeper into one save. That was very early on, the first couple of minutes. We've had a couple of chances, obviously one clear off the line and Demi's header, but test the goalkeeper a little bit more.
In terms of the substitutes, who do you think Becky will be thinking? I think obviously the obvious one is probably Shania Hales.
Possibly Emma Kelly to get on the ball a little bit more. You might say that. A little bit of creativity because she's got that in the locker for Mac and myself. So that could be one to look at a little bit later.
Very much so. Very, very much so. Keep those comments in as well. Keep those comments coming. We'll make sure that we'll read them out. 7.5 minutes till half time. Newcastle United 0, Sunderland 0. Free kick to Sunderland. They play it short and retain possession, and it's actually quite well worked out. They'll play towards the left-hand side. Lumsden pressuring the full-back, who plays it back to Lambourne, the goalkeeper. I think maybe leave the fans to kind of almost galvanised the team a little bit more, has gone a little bit quiet in the last few minutes.
I think so, because it's St James's Park, you'll not have the same regular singers all in one place. Like, I can see Bernie over there, Joe's over on the Gallagher corner, Dave and Lorraine, I'm not sure where I can't remember where they told me. Leazes, I think they're in the, no, I can't remember where they said. The Leazes, the Brentford game, sorry, in the Leazes, but I think they're over that way with Joe as well, so that's the issue that you've got, is that you've got your regular singers and you've got people who probably don't go to every single women's game who are here today.
Yeah, very much so. Beth Lumsden's in a bit of a tussle, but unfortunately ends up just flicking off there before Sunderland throwing.
With the attendance, that you've won over a few of the fans, think, you know what, women's football Tari, actually I might go to the next one, I might see what it's all about, the Kingston Park the next time, and hopefully we'll win a few hearts.
Yeah, after this, there's 5 games left for Newcastle, 3 of them being at Kingston Park, which is against Birmingham City, London City Lionesses, and Blackburn Rovers. Yeah,
we've got Blackburn away as well, which is going to be weird because they play them twice in such a short period of time. Yeah, and then we've got Charlton away.
Blackburn is the final game of the season. The Charlton game, I think, is Easter Sunday, which is obviously the day after Newcastle go to Villa Park to take on Unai Emery's Aston Villa, which is a busy weekend for you then.
Yeah, I think the Blackburn away one, I'm coming up from Brighton, I think.
TV, depending.
Yeah, Brighton. I've done that before last season. Brighton and File, so it's kind of same kind of era.
Yeah, same
area.
Justin McRae picks the ball up, and we need to get her more into the game, but the pass isn't strong enough. And Flannery wins the battle.
Nice.
But she didn't win that battle with Jasmine McRae, but it's Freya Gregory that momentarily keeps possession. But Cooper kicks out for a throw-in deep into the Sunderland half, but it kind of has fizzled out a little bit in the last 5-10 minutes or so, but maybe it is a case that both teams probably just need to reevaluate at half-time. What do you think the message will be from Becky?
I think some of it will be keep going, keep doing what you're doing. It's just been a little bit more critical in the final thirds, being a little bit more, finish it off, create a little bit more. I think the final pass in the final third needs to improve as well.
I feel like we've said that a lot this season. The final pass in the final third needs to be a little bit better.
Yeah, I think we could see a change of Jazz needs to get in the game a little bit more. That's class.
Great work from Emma Keegan, stops this away from 2 players. Will she go for the strike? She'll go for the cross instead, and it's a great cross. And it's great work.
Like that. Someone just taking a bit of initiative. You know what? I can beat you. And that what she's done, she's beaten a couple of players there, and that opens up gaps.
It is the cross headed away by the Sunderland fullback, looking for Freya Gregory, who the Sunderland defender clears it for a corner, and it's going to be Beth Lumsden again. Will she try and score? Like she did.
She's going for 30, I reckon.
Yeah. Back in October.
Get a big, massive round of applause down there.
Yeah, fantastic reception for Beth Lumsden, of course, has just signed that new contract. 41 minutes in. Still 0-0 here at St James's Park. Lumsden with the corner, right-footed. And the goalkeeper does really well. Punches it away from danger. Very good goalkeeping from the Sunderland.
Can you pass me a coffee hour? Because that's probably freezing cold now.
Well, it's still a bit warm. Yeah, very good goalkeeping from Lambourne there. It wasn't a bad corner from Lumsden, but
lukewarm.
Yeah, lukewarm. I'm sure you could probably down it. We've seen you do that last week at Covent Garden.
Not coffee. Not coffee.
Sunderland just inside the Newcastle half, looking for the long ball. Cataldo with the Sunderland player right behind her.
Play it safe if you have to. That's their ball.
It is. It's a throw into Sunderland. Just nicks Cataldo. And Sunderland's will they try to go long? That'll be interesting. It's Brown that will take the throw and force Sunderland. She won't go long, but there's no pressure on the Sunderland player who crosses it in, but there's no one really there to capitalise on it for Sunderland, and Lumsden clears it away for a throw in on halfway.
Yeah, Sunderland, since that spell early on the game, they haven't really done much with it. They've had only really chance of that is a header that went just wide, haven't they?
I'll tell you one player who would have absolutely loved to have been involved today, and she did send a good luck message to the team, is the Newcastle loanee, well, she's at Middlesbrough at this moment in time, which is Georgia Gallagher Gibson, of course. You want someone to join her in the footsteps in terms of being the next player that gets on the score sheet. Lovely back heel from Emily Murphy to Freya Gregory, but the Sunderland fullback again. The right back is winning the battle at the moment.
Yeah, Dublin, that was brilliant. As I was telling you about the touch of Murphy, she's so good with her technique.
Emily Murphy signed in January, of course. Claudia Moon getting a few boos by the Sunderland fans. Of course, she left the club. She was player of the season.
Controversial, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, she was player of the season. Claudia Moon last year for Sunderland. She had a fantastic season.
She was player of the championship.
Yeah, she was. And she's been fantastic,
which is rare for a keeper.
Which has been fantastic for Newcastle this season. I think you could argue probably the best signing for Newcastle this season. Furness wins the battle in midfield, and she's away from the Sunderland midfielder.
Hit it.
Well, she also have a strike, left footage, straight down the throat of Demi Lambourne.
Again, what I was talking about before, a bit of creativity. That's now Amber and Fernie doing that. Need a little bit more from Jazz to do that, because I think if Jazz isn't doing that in the second half, I think she will be hooked.
I think that's what Newcastle needed, was a little bit of Rachel Furness in terms of battling away through. She is a battler. She is a warrior.
I love Fernie. I absolutely love Fernie.
Maybe that might galvanise Newcastle into something before half-time. Can they get the lead before half-time? That would be the greatest of gifts before Becky has a word with the players.
And that gets to 45 apiece.
Does it? Well, there you go.
5 seconds.
Yeah, so just into the last minute of the half, there was going to be, I'll say, maybe 2 minutes for Charlotte Wardlaw's injury. But it's Sunderland that has the ball inside the Newcastle half. Very poor, very, very poor.
Yeah, they've not been great going forward, Sunderland, have they?
No, it could have been better by Mary Corbin. But Amber Keegan stops looking for Emily Murphy, and it's a great ball. What can Emily Murphy do? She got the beating of the Sunderland defender last time, but all she can do is win a throw-in for her team. 30 seconds.
So I'm trying to drink the coffee.
I know.
20 seconds left.
I know, 20 seconds plus.
Again, and refill at half time. If anyone's wondered, the press pack is absolutely rammed.
It is. We'll talk about that in the second half. Freya Gregory. She'll just go for the cross first time. I tell you what, the fullback, you've got to give her credit. Got to give her credit. She's winning everything, and she's getting in the way of everything. Now, there's only going to be 1 minute of added time at St James's this afternoon. So 1 more minute and to get through for Newcastle and Sunderland. But I think worst case scenario, it's going to be 0-0 at half time. And I think that's probably about right, if I'm being really honest. I don't think either side's done enough to really say they can.
I think we probably shaded the chances, but you're right. Like, we've seen Amber and Fernie take a little bit of initiative, and then that's what it might be, Johnny. You might just need a little bit more. Do you know what? I'm going to risk it. Take a few risks, get a couple of chances created. So we'll have to wait and see second half.
Yeah, into this 1 minute of stoppage time. Demi Stokes looking for the cross, and it's away by the Sunderland defender, but McQuaid picks up to Emily Murphy, who just can't seem to get into that final third where she can really have a strike on goal, and Sunderland do clear away. Can they do anything just before half-time? Hopefully not. Not Charlotte Waller has anything to do about it, who matches the run of
just
Katie
half-time,
Watson.
folks. We are going to go on a quick break, so stay with us. You'll have some lovely hip-hop music in the background, but we're going to go in the press box and get some refreshments. And I've got to set up the main camera for the press conferences later, so we will be back with you when it's short of half-time.
Sophie Dennington has had a look at her watch. She hasn't decided to blow the whistle yet. Deanna Cooper will clear it.
That should be it, ref.
That should be it. I think we've played more than 1 minute. We've actually played a minute and a half. And she does decide to blow the whistle, and that is half-time. Newcastle United 0, Sunderland 0, as the camera just about falls. But we're going to have a quick Good afternoon and welcome back to St James's Park for the second half of this championship derby between Newcastle United and Sunderland. It's 0-0 here at half-time. No changes from either side. Becky giving some last-second instructions before referee Sophie Dennington blows the whistle, which he just has done. Newcastle now attacking the Gallagher. Sunderland actually attacking towards where their fans are as well. Who or how did Newcastle get that breakthrough?
I think, as I say, we're talking just before, I think there needs to be a little bit more emphasis on individual players to try and be a little bit more brave. Just spoken to Jeff off camera. We talked about it just before with the likes of Fernie and Stobbsy doing that. I think Jazz needs to do it, even the wingers to some extent. So, but obviously you can see the lineup on the bench. On the bench, we've got a few options to come.
Cataldo with a throw-in. Looking for Murphy, and no one really anticipating the flick on from Murphy, and Sunderland clear it for a throw-in. Yeah, that team, I'll give you that team right now. Claudia Moore in goal, Demi Stokes, Charlotte Wardlaw, Deanna Cooper, and Mia Cataldo, four at the back. Amber Keegan-Stubbs captain with Rachel Furness as the two, just sitting in front of the back four. And then you've got an attacking three of Lumsden, McQuaid, and Gregory. And up front is Emily Murphy. On the bench in Newcastle, Grace Donnelly, Hannah Hawkins, Shania Hales, Emma Kelly, Katie Barker, Hannah Greenwood, Amy Andrews, Isabella Sibley, and Lois Joel.
I would like to take this opportunity.
You should hear the attendance any second now.
Attendance here at St James's Park this afternoon is a new record for the Women's Championship.
38,502 supporters. It's a new attendance record. Congratulations to everybody involved.
38,000.
Just under
502.
Just under 40,000.
That is incredible.
I said two or three.
For a tier 2 game.
I said 3 years ago that Newcastle could sell out St James's Park for a game. 38,502 is now the record to beat. Let's see what happens.
It's a league record. It's a club record. Absolutely outstanding.
And what can those, just under 38,000 of Newcastle fans, can they see a goal in the Gallagher? Beth Lumsden will try and do something about it. But Jessie Stapleton will make sure that won't happen in this movement. Cataldo with the throw-in. Plays it to McQuaid. Gets it back. Cataldo plays it to Wardlaw. Newcastle just retaining possession in the early stages of this second half. Cooper towards Stokes, towards his left-hand side. Demi Stokes plays it to Freya Gregory. Can she get the better of the fullback? She didn't really first half, but she gets the cross in. And it's flicked. It's flicked away by Goddard.
She's played well, that Goddard.
She has. She really has. And Sunderland do clear, but good intention from Gregory to win the battle and get the cross in.
Yeah, that was an important touch, because I think if she doesn't get the touch, you might have one of the Beth Lumsden coming in the back post, potentially.
Certainly. Furness trying to play a 1-2 with Murphy as they're trying to get that 1-2 back. It looked like it did glaze the arm of the Sunderland defender, but the referee didn't think it was on purpose. There's no doubt it definitely hit the arm. But, yeah, again, very much like the first half, Newcastle doing all the running, but can they get that moment? Can they get that goal? Jasmine McQuaid, good challenge. Great challenge by the Sunderland defender. And Sunderland tried to cause an attack, but Demi Stokes, great defending, great experience.
She's got her shirt pulled, ref.
There's a free kick to Newcastle. Great work from Demi Stokes.
38,500. I mean, we spoke a couple of, not going to name them, but a couple of officials off the record saying that they were expecting about 35. And then that number went up to 37. But now it's gone 38,500. It's absolutely incredible, that.
It really is. Free kick to Newcastle. Wardlaw plays it short towards the right-hand side to Lumsden. Driving, gets past.
It is.
Do you know what it is? It's good work by Beth Lumsden. She drives away from Mary Corbin, has the strike with the left foot, but blazes over the crossbar. But that's what you want to see, Lee Lawler.
Yeah, there's an injury. Obviously, Beth cut inside there. As I say, we need more of our players who've got that in the locker to do that. I'll read a few of the comments out as we've got an injury on the pitch. Maggie says, "What's the score?" It's currently 0-0. Has Chip has streaked up? Yeah. No, I think Gregory's played well. She is playing well. She's cut inside. She's been everywhere. Matt need a goal scorer next season if they are go find it hard to score at this level. Well, I haven't said that Shania Hales has got 9. She's on the bench, but that's fantastic, says Kevin, about the attendance, which is incredible.
The thing is, 38,500 people have come to a football match now. Lee, you probably remember when it was 385, never mind 38,500. So it just shows the growth. Yeah, and that just shows the growth, the development of the game, and the appetite and the appeal of the women's game right now. And look, you're talking 14,000 fans away from a sellout St James's Park.
It's incredible. And remember, this stadium used to only hold 36,000 before it was redeveloped in the millennium. So, yeah, it's incredible, the turnout. No doubt that'll be the talk of the tune, no pun intended. And no doubt Becky will get asked that in the presser. Because I think she thrives on it. I think she gets a buzz off playing at St.
She
James's
gets
Park.
it, doesn't she? She
loves it, man. If she could play at St. James's Park every week, she would. And do you know what? None of the free tickets were given out this time. You know, last time, early on the season, there was only about 13,000 turned up. The club didn't promote it, as in the men. But 38,500, yes, it's Sunderland. Yes, it brings in the crowd. But still, that's a hell of an achievement. And also, people might say, oh, it's only women's football, but it actually helps the FFP.
Yeah, it does.
Which a lot of people don't forget, that you can reinvest as much as you like in the women. And the money that you make out of it goes back into the football club.
Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. Dale saying London City and Birmingham are both winning. Yeah, no real surprises, really. I think Birmingham obviously had the tougher game away at Charlton. But London City Lionesses are expected to beat Sheffield United, let's be brutally honest, and that's no disrespect to Sheffield United.
Douglas asked, any subs? Not yet. We'll wait and see, probably after the hour mark, I reckon.
Sunderland look like they might be forced into a change here. It doesn't look good at all for the Sunderland defender. She's very emotional as well, coming off the pitch. She's going to try and see if there's anything that can be done, but Sunderland have got a substitute more or less ready, but it's going to be interesting. They're going to try and give her every opportunity. Mary Corbin, obviously she was trying to break Beth Lumsden's run. And Rachel Furness wins the header against Amy Goddard, and Amy Goddard stays on the floor a little bit longer. But Mary Corbin is going to come back on, so that's good to see from a footballing point of view, but hopefully she can
for me,
stay fit.
This is for Newcastle to take, and this.
Yeah.
Sunderland haven't came out the first. I know it's early doors, 7 minutes, but they haven't got out their own half yet in this second half. But it's for me, it's Newcastle now. We need to take that initiative and try and create a couple more chances, because law of averages, if you start creating more, you'll end up having one in the back of the net.
Do you think Sunderland will take a point?
At this stage right now, but there might be a little bit of a spell in that second half where they'll get a little bit of confidence for initial period of time. We'll have to wait and see, but if it was now, yeah, they would.
Cataldo in the middle, looking for Amber Keegan stops. Will she play it back to her? She won't. She'll go for herself. It's a great sliding challenge. But Mary Corbin can't seem to get on the end of that one, but another Sunderland defender is there to help her out, and Sunderland do get the ball away from danger, and Rachel Furness commits a foul there, and a free kick.
That was a free kick. She's gone in hard, and that's her aggression, that's a side of her, and I don't mind that one bit. As I say, early on in the first half, I said there will be a couple of more tackles coming in that second half. That might be a couple of bookings, but that was just a mistimed challenge, that.
We're 8 minutes into the second half. Now, when do you think Becky will look at a substitution? Do you think she'll look towards the hour mark, maybe 65, or do you think she'll be thinking maybe the next couple of minutes?
No, I think it'll be after the hour mark. I think we've started off well in the second half. I think she'll be looking at a couple of individual players. She's probably told them in the dressing room, look, I need more from you, otherwise there'll be some changes. And I think you've got to be a little bit truthful to the players, so I think they will expect that, but we're here to win a football match at the end of the day.
We certainly are. And if Newcastle
I am cold now, I'm starting to frigging shake. I don't know if you can feel
I feel like I can feel a leg shaking next to me.
Why?
Your ripped jeans are not helping you today, like I tell you.
Yeah, I've got a hat, scarf and everything. I really should have put them on, but I'm going to dress formal. Yeah, smart, casual.
Exactly. Lumsden picks the ball up towards halfway. Wardlow will carry it. But what will she do? What's her next move? She'll look for not Rachel Furness, but Beth Lumsden again. But Sunderland do deal with it. But there's just so many players around the Sunderland midfield at this moment in time, but they are still getting that little bit of the edge, little bit of the look.
This is where they'll gain confidence getting up higher up the pitch.
And Sunderland do keep it in. Concordia Moon gets the first touch that she's had in this second half. She's getting booed by the Sunderland fans in that corner.
Mooney is a Geordie. Mooney is a Geordie. La 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 la.
Yeah, she was out. She made some big saves at the Stadium of Light earlier on in the season, but didn't faze her at all, playing against her old clubs, particularly in a derby as well. But it's very much business-like for the Newcastle United goalkeeper. Newcastle United number 1 this afternoon, even though she's not number 1, she's number 13.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different when you play for the Sunderland. It's not quite the intensity, the rivalry. You can't play for them. It's a little bit different in the women's game because Sunderland, before the takeover, were the top dogs in the North East.
Who's top dogs right now? Would you say Durham or Newcastle?
In terms of financial, well, this Newcastle, of course, because the last couple of years we've been pinching players from Sunderland to offer them a full-time wage. But in terms of football, you'll probably say it's Durham at the minute. They've proven that they're higher in the table than anyone else. So, and I think Durham will probably finish ahead of Newcastle. I think Newcastle's aim this season's top 5. I said that at the start of the season that they'll do top 5. I think the league is very tight. You might talk about, one or two people might say, can they go on a run? They've got to go on a run if they've got any hopes of promotion. But realistically, I think finishing in the top half of the championship this season, since they've been promoted, is a good stretch. I think, unfortunately, there will be a few players that leave in the summer. And I think that's natural that Becky wants to then push on and get into the WSL.
100%. That's certainly the club's ambitions. They want to be a WSL side, and Rachel Furness wins a header from that indirect free kick from
Cataldo.
Emily Murphy being offside. And
yeah, she's awake. She's fine.
Newcastle retain the possession. It's deep in their half, but Cataldo, who just signed that new deal, plays it back to Claudia Moan, who gets booed once again. Shocking, that, isn't it?
I wonder if Emma Kelly will.
No, probably not. Probably not. But it's getting to that stage now where I think someone's going to have to take a bit of a gamble, and I think the emphasis will be on Newcastle to take the gamble. They want to have, and even if it is a small chance of getting promoted, they've got to win today. It's as simple as that.
It's like you've won a small prize in a quiz show, but do you want to gamble it?
It's like bullseye, isn't it?
You got to gamble, aren't you?
Yeah. Certainly.
Come on, then. I think Newcastle, with how high up we are, we've just got to be a little bit wary of the counter. Because if you look at all of how many players we've got there, 1, 2, 3, we've got 5 as the ball was in the left back position.
Great chest down by Emily Murphy after a long ball playing towards Demi Stokes. Stokes looks to play it. Stokes likes to play it to Murphy.
It's now Brassy.
Yeah.
Every time there's a set piece, look at shorts.
Yeah, I'm not looking at your shorts, I'll be really honest with you. It's a quarter to Newcastle United.
There's obviously the work on it, and he's a key aspect of that. Set pieces and goalkeeping.
Beth Lumsden rallying the crowd as she does. She'll take this first corner of the afternoon in the second half for Newcastle. Can someone take the advantage? Cooper gets away from her player, but again, Sunderland managed to clear it and
not a great
clear it well. Cataldo will probably play it back to Moan. And she will. No pressure on her at all, of course. Still a few boos. There's actually a black and white photo right where the Sunderland fans are, which you certainly wouldn't be able to do.
He's a kid, and he's been told off by the steward there to stop that. Yeah. He's only a kid, bless him.
Yeah. Furness the Wardlaw down towards this left-hand side. Just looking at the substitutes, Emma Kelly's getting warm. Amy Andrews is getting warm as well. Beth Lumsden playing a pass to Emily Murphy. Gets away from the Sunderland
needs an
defender.
option on the right. Freya's got to come out wide.
She's going to have to come away from a man. Gregory twisting and turning away.
Nice. Wait, Demi.
Demi is there. Demi, unfortunately, can't reach Lumsden, but she wins the ball back. Newcastle do retain possession. Cataldo to Demi Stokes. To Lumsden down this left-hand side. Still Beth Lumsden. If anyone can create a bit of magic, it is her. Left-footed cross. Deflected into the corner for Newcastle.
Come on, make it count, Newcastle. Make it count. There's the pressure here. Sunderland have only got up in an hour half once. Our 10 minutes. We've got 31 minutes left remaining. This is Newcastle. This is asking Newcastle to score here.
Maybe it's just more about the delivery. If the delivery's right, then Newcastle United can certainly take the lead. Freya Gregory is offering a short corner routine, but it will be Lumsden again. Yeah. It's a lot higher, looking towards Rachel Furness. She does get the header, but Sunderland can just about get it away. Bit of a melee on the edge of the box, but Sunderland clear once again. And Leah Cataldo will pick the ball up once again, just inside Newcastle's own half at this moment in time. Will she look to go long? Will she maybe mix up a little bit? She will. She'll look forwards to Emily Murphy, but it's cleared comfortably by the Sunderland defender. Furness will head it back, forward, but Sunderland are just dealing with that first ball really, really well at this moment in time.
Yeah, I think Sunderland are quite comfortable the way they're playing at the moment. We know we'll sit back, we'll hit you on the counter.
They certainly are. It's Katie Kitching on this right-hand side, and Sunderland are in the box. We'll have a strike, and it's their only chance so far in this first half. And it's blazed over the crossbar.
That's what they're playing for. They'll sit back and we'll go on the counter and create a chance, because they'll probably have another chance in the second half. It's just Newcastle, with all the dominance, have got to start getting some shots and test the keeper.
Well, Katie Kitching's ball was met by Katie Watson, and she took it away a little bit from Deanna Cooper, but the volley was nowhere near a goal, let's be honest. It was comfortably over the crossbar. And
yeah, it was comfortable. How are the lads? It's Lasses, Newcastle. Yeah. I meant the Intercities Fair Cup, that was for the men's 1969. We broke the record, and Dale first sub, he reckons, will be Hales or Andrews.
Yeah, there's no activity yet in terms of a substitution for Newcastle. We are just past the hour mark.
Shania Hales can play on the left, doesn't necessarily mean she goes up top.
Yeah. Deanna Cooper's ball was met towards Beth Lumsden, who wins a free kick. I think it was a free kick. Again, they're saying, the Sunderland management are saying it's a little bit soft. But Jazz being consistent, the referee has been giving those all afternoon. So it's another
opportunity. It's a refereeing style, isn't it? She'll give soft things, so let's hope there's a bit of a handball melee in there. She might give it another.
I have to be honest, what's the point of being a fourth official anymore? Because you're just going to get just shouted at for 90-odd minutes. Must get paid really well. But again, it's the same two players deciding what's best to do with this particular set piece, Freya Gregory or Beth Lumsden. I think, again, it's probably more for a left footer from this side, in my opinion. But it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, there's a bit of noise from the east stand, which is great, bouncing off the Mackens.
Beth Lumsden's going to take this free kick for Newcastle. Right-footed, in. And the Sunderland goalkeeper does do it very well.
I think that's a good delivery. It bounces. It just needed that touch when it bounced. And someone like to... But if anybody touches that, that's in.
It really is. I think, again, that's what I said in the first half. Like, someone needs to gamble. Who's going to gamble? Cataldo deals with the long ball from Sunderland. Freya Gregory just can't keep it in. It's a throw into Sunderland, just in Newcastle's half.
Just keeping an eye on Shania there, because she's came back. She's been told to warm up. So we'll just keep an eye. We've got the list with the dugout right in front of us. We only need 3 rows up, rather. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll get the substitution here first.
Yeah, Katie Barker at the minute is the only Newcastle player. And Hannah Greenwood as well, in terms of Newcastle players that are getting one. Katie Barker will probably desperately wants to come on. She's Newcastle, daft Newcastle mad. Sunderland offside just there from that little looped ball over the top. It's going to be a free kick to Newcastle. Will they go a bit more direct, Newcastle, or will they stick to what they know and play, the short ball, which they will do. They will do. Amy Andrews is starting to get warm as well, alongside Grace Donnelly, the substitute goalkeeper as well. But it's Cooper that drives the ball forward for Newcastle.
Drop us a massive like if you are watching or listening, or if you got us on your telly, or maybe just listen to us waffle in the background. Drop us a like, help us go a long way.
Certainly does. Certainly does. Again, I think we just need that chance, even something for Demi Lambourne to
I thought you were going to say it.
Demi Langley.
Deanna Langley there.
No, something just for Demi Lambourne, the Sunderland goalkeeper, to have a shot to save, maybe just to kind of galvanise the crowd. The Gallagher dying for that.
That's all it needs. It just needs a crunch and tackle or a chance just to lift the crowd, and that might spur the players on. As that 12 man/woman.
Exactly.
In the women's game, it's so easy to say like man on and stuff like, she's got a man on.
You're a disgrace, you.
I know.
Cataldo with the throw in, looking for Jasmine McQuaid. It's been pretty quiet second half.
Yeah, I think she might be the first one off,
Sometimes that's where she's most deadly.
Cataldo's out of position now.
Yeah, it's 2v2, but Newcastle are coming back in numbers. It's a great challenge. It's a really, really good challenge from Deanna Cooper on Katie Watson. Strong challenge, fair challenge, typical Derby challenge.
She's a proper defender, though, isn't she? I get the sense that she thrives on defending. Yeah. Like a good old throwback to your no-nonsense centre-backs.
Certainly. 64 minutes on the clock. Newcastle United 0, Sunderland 0.
Of course, Deanna's got experience scoring in the dying seconds at St James's Park earlier this season.
Could she do it again?
We'll take it, won't we?
Well, Cataldo gets in front.
That's better.
Of the player. Jasmine McQuaid looking for Emily Murphy, who was already on her bike for that long ball. So they are maybe going a little bit more direct in the second half, mixing things up. But Wardlaw deals with that attack from Sunderland.
They're coming down this left side in the last 5-10 minutes, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're using this left side as a target.
Stapleton with the ball for Sunderland. It's a lovely little flick through to Watson. It's going to be the Sunderland attacker. But again, Claudia Moe deals with it very comfortably. There was a bit of a dodgy bounce, if you like, as it deflected in the air.
Yeah, she's got to be careful of that spin because that could go anywhere. She's read it well, to be fair.
And all 7 Sunderland fans boo her once again.
Dale says you can hear Becky, believe it or not.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Certainly can. Certainly getting her orders in. Still no activity yet in terms of a Newcastle United substitution. We're now in the 65th minute, 25 minutes to go. Is it a case that she's still quite happy with the attacking players that she's got at this moment in time in terms of that forward 4?
Don't be surprised it's a double change potentially as well.
I've just got
seen a bit of the Gallagher corner there now, singing there.
Yeah, which is good to see. I do feel like it's almost written for a Katie Barker winner, the mad Geordie who gets the winner against Sunderland. She'll absolutely love that. Wardlaw looking for Emily Murphy, who again doesn't really have the ball stick to her. She's doing a lot of running. She's working very, very hard, but it just hasn't really been her afternoon. Furness with a good header.
Love that.
Freya Gregory.
Come on, keep going.
Just the bounce just slips, but it wasn't a foul by the Newcastle winger. But Newcastle still retained possession.
If you look right now, Johnny, how many Sunderland players are in their own half? All 11.
All 11, yeah, you're right. All 11.
She's unlucky there.
That was a very, very good bit of skill by Mary Corbin.
Orders, come on.
There is leaders on this pitch. There's a very good spine for this Newcastle United team.
Stubbs, Fernie, Stokes, Cooper.
That'll be interesting to see what's going to happen. Cataldo with the throw in. It's cleared away, and Newcastle will get another throw in, but on the halfway line. Shania Hales is coming on for Newcastle United, but it'll be very interesting to see who she comes on for.
Does she go for the middle? Does she go out wide? But you might see that Murphy might drop into Jazz's position, and that could be the change.
I was thinking either Murphy or McQuaid, I have to be honest, but look, it will be interesting to see what happens, but she is about to come on.
It needs to happen, the change.
I think it just needs a little bit of a spark, and Shania Hill certainly knows how to score goals. Throwing again, and Sunderland just getting in front of the Newcastle forward line at this moment in time. But you are rightly that counter-attack threat is certainly available for Sunderland, but Newcastle down this left-hand side from Beth Lumsden, driving into the box. Still driving into the box. Will she get across left-footed? She's saved. Spilled, but it's not still quite enough. And Demi Lambourne just about gets away with it because Emily Murphy certainly.
She's playing
Emily
she's
Murphy
playing it now. See, this is what I mean. We complain because Nick Pope does this quite often. You know, when the goalkeeper goes down injured, just to take the sting out the game. It's a tactic that every goalkeeper does. Nick Pope does it, so we can't really complain. The goalkeeper's obviously spilled it, then she's gone down. It's just trying to take the sting out of the crowd. But Newcastle are going to make that change now. It's Shania Hales coming on.
Yeah, it is going to be number 11. It's Freya Gregory, surprisingly. I'm going to say slightly surprised that she's coming off.
She had a good first half. A little bit quiet in the second. But there'll be a little bit of tinkering, I think.
Yeah, she's not too pleased, Freya Gregory.
Yeah.
Ooh, she's not happy at all. She is not happy at all. It'll be interesting to see what happens here, though.
She looks like Shania Hales is going to play for the middle and Murphy's going to go over the right.
What do you think? Good decision? All right decision?
Time
will tell, obviously.
Yeah, I think, look, she scores goals. She's got pace. She can do stuff on her own, Shania Hales. She's a little bit unpredictable. 9 goals this season. She's a goal scorer. Give her a chance.
I do like the fact that Hales is down the middle. I'd rather down the middle than on wing, I have to be honest. But I think if I'm
well, it gives Stubber, what's it called?
Stapleton. Oh, Goddard, the tall centre half.
It gives her something else to think about now because she's up against raw pace. That's it. Pace, and she can she's got a little bit of a trickery. I think I'm trying to describe if it was a men's player. I think of like a Tino Aspria, where she can create something just out of nothing. That's what Shania Hales can do. She doesn't need 15 chances. She can do one on her own.
Make sure you like this video and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV. We've got so much content coming over the next weeks and months. Sunderland on the attack. Great challenge. Once again by Amber Keegan-Stubbs. A little bit of Charlotte Wardlaw in that as well. What can Shania Hales do? She's looking to capitalise on any sort of mistake by the Sunderland defenders, but just getting away with it did Stapleton. But Sunderland do manage to win that first ball.
You wouldn't think Sunderland are just slightly ahead of Newcastle in this game. I know we've got a couple of games in hand.
It's only a point in, isn't it? A point before kickoff.
Yeah, if Newcastle having 2 games in hand, but you wouldn't think the way the game is that these two teams are right next to each other in the league.
We are 70 minutes in this game this afternoon, and it's still Newcastle United 0, Sunderland 0. Newcastle probably having the best chance of the game, with the first chance of the game, and that was when Beth Lumsden was more or less one-on-one, but it was a big, big save by Demi Lample. But Sunderland have won a free kick deep into the Newcastle half on this left-hand side as we see it, and this is a chance for Sunderland to get the ball into the box. You need to make sure the defenders properly, Lee.
Yeah, goalkeeper has to be strong here because obviously it's going to come high. It's going to go towards the edge of that 6-yard box. You're expecting your defence like Cooper and Fernie to get the head on and clear this, but all eyes on Claudia Moan here.
You want your goalkeeper to come out and deal with it. This will be very, very interesting. Sunderland free kick, left-hand side, right-footed. Looking to catch Moan out, but that was easy pickings.
Poor from
Will she
Sunderland's
go
point of
long,
view.
Claudia Moan? She will. She'll go really long. She'll look for Leah Cataldo, who was on her bike. But Sunderland just about deal with it. But it's a throw on halfway to Newcastle. Becky Langley.
Bit of urgency. Murphy saying, let's go.
Yeah.
And here are there.
Bit of motivation by Newcastle's manager this afternoon. Long ball from Cataldo from the throw-in. Sunderland clear it once again, but it comes back to Amber Keegan-Stubbs, who lifts it and floats it up in the air. Shania Hales backing into the defender.
That's not a free kick, Leon. It's not a free kick.
They were looking for it, Sunderland. Throw into Newcastle. Amber looking to get Emily Murphy away on this right-hand side now. Of course, she's moved from centre forward to right-hand side. For people that may have not seen Emily Murphy play a lot, what can she offer on this right-hand side, Lee?
She's blessed with great little first touches, technique, strength. So I am a tad surprised she's playing on the right, mind. But she can, as I say, close touch. She can get past the player. She's not blessed with brilliant pace, but we'll see how long she stays out there because there could be a change even further on.
Quick free kick from Newcastle on halfway, but Cataldo is still down, but it's going to be a
double
Sunderland substitution for
fresh legs, isn't it?
Yeah. So Katie Watson's coming off for Sunderland, the forward. And Libby McInnes is coming on for Sunderland. Jenna Deere is also coming on for Sunderland.
Oh dear.
Knew that was coming. She's
replacing me, Johnny.
And she's replacing Natasha Fenton. Natasha Fenton not happy at all about coming off. Very similar in terms of Freya Gregory. Did not want to come off.
No, she's on the thumbnail.
Yeah. Free kick to Newcastle on halfway. It's going to be Wardlaw with the free kick. Looks like they're going to go long. Maybe aiming for Rachel Furness and Beth Lumsden. Floated up. But again, easy for the Sunderland defence. And for Amy Goddard, we've said her name so many times this afternoon.
She's been brilliant though. She's probably Sunderland's best player.
Thrown to Newcastle on this left-hand side. It's going to be Demi Stokes taking it. As we've mentioned, she's seen some big games. She's been involved in big games. This is Newcastle's biggest game of the season. Shania Hales, twisting, turning, just outside the box, and the referee doesn't believe that's a foul, but Newcastle recycle the ball. Jasmine McQuaid was looking for Emily Murphy, but it's straight to the goalkeeper. What are Newcastle going to do now?
Yeah, I think another substitution of 1 or 2 may come into play. I think it needs to. I think we need to get a hold of that ball in that 10 position for me now. Maybe even Emma Kelly.
The thing is, with only the one team getting promoted and Newcastle having to pretty much win every single game to have maybe a 20% chance of going up, they've got to win today. Lumsden down this left-hand side, taking on Goddard. Twisting, turning. What can she do? She loses the ball, unfortunately. And Sunderland drive away once again. Rinse and repeat almost, if you like. Long ball by Sunderland. It's a good thing that Charlotte Wardlaw dealt with it. And Furness can head it back to Deanna Cooper, who volleys it long. Furness again getting involved. Not a foul. from what the referee's saying. And the Sunderland will get a throw in on halfway. Just looking at the dugout now, there's still no substitutions, but Deanna Cooper is down. As we're just taking a picture.
One for the socials.
Yeah, one for the socials later on this afternoon. Deanna Cooper is down. I'm not entirely sure what happened, which is physios are going to have to come on. Hopefully they don't have to replace her because she has been so important for Newcastle this season. I'm looking at the substitutes. It's probably Hannah Greenwood if she does need to come off.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I think, for me, do you brave, and then if there was an injury, do you just take the defender off and go maybe put Fernie in centre-back? And
yeah, that's a good idea.
Emma comes in. Oyster, what's the score? It's 0-0. Get your comments in. We'll read them out in the next 5-10 minutes. So when there's a break and play a deal, saying how are the lasses. They're playing for a point yet. Yeah, I would agree. Sunderland are practically settled for a draw. And to be honest, I don't think it actually helps Sunderland getting a point. I think each team now has to start picking up 3 points if they've got realistic aims to get promoted. I don't think a draw suits anyone.
It doesn't, but I think the 38,502 fans in the stadium this afternoon will be dying out for a goal. A Newcastle goal, of course. It's not,
one goal wins it now.
It has, and it hasn't really come to light yet, has it, in terms of the attacking threat. But Deanna Cooper is making her way towards the byline. And
she's going to be alright, man. She'll be alright.
I'm not too sure she is, Lee. Because it looks like Newcastle are making a substitution. And she is coming off. Now, that is a blow for Newcastle. Deanna Cooper coming off. And I would imagine it would be Hannah Greenwood that's going to get the nod at centre-back. Unless Rachel Finnis goes back into that position. But Cooper is...
Newcastle down to 10. Amber Keegan Stobbs is just filling in at centre-back whilst Deanna Cooper's on the sidelines.
Deanna Cooper looks like she is going to come back on. She was almost walking away like she wasn't going to come on.
I'll be your eyes, didn't you worry?
Well, Hannah Greenwood is definitely coming on for Newcastle, so I wasn't wrong about that.
No,
Sunderland have the ball about 30 yards out. Slightly muscled away by Emily Murphy.
Come on, Newcastle.
Jasmine McQuaid plays it to Emily Murphy. Looking for Shania Hales potentially. She has got the pace.
Yeah, play on that. Oh, she's offside, man.
It's about 6 feet
she's
2. Is she onside? Linesman keeps his flag down. Shania Hales makes it 1-0 to Newcastle United. Shania Hales draws the likes of Georgia Gibson, who scores in the Gallagher. 77 minutes on the clock. Great through ball by Emily Murphy. On the right-hand side of Shania Hales. Left-footed. No chance for Demi Lambourne. It's Newcastle United 1. Sunderland 0.
Finally, what did we say before? A bit of magic. Shania Hales, probably a little bit of controversy. Was she offside or not there? Because I initially thought she was. Referee's allowed to play on. 1 or 2 of the Sunderland players are not happy about it. But she scored at the Gallagher. Shania Hales cuts in. Great finish. Goal scorer, 10th of the season. Puts Newcastle United 1-0 up.
And that has woken the 38,500 fans here at St James's Park. Deanna Cooper has come off for Hannah Greenwood, but Shania Hales, I said Georgia Gibson doesn't like scoring goals at the Gallagher, but Shania Hales, well, what a way to introduce yourself.
Bit of magic, that's what we've been seeing, Johnny. She can do it. Playing out wide, cuts in with a left foot. She's got a leap for left foot, she's got pace. Something different about the team. 1-0 up for the Gallagher. Now Sunderland have got to change because they can't play counter-attack football now. They're 1-0 down with what? 12, 30 minutes left.
Becky Langley's paid to make big decisions. She brought Shania Hales on for Freya Gregory as Sunderland go long from kickoff.
And it is substitutions taking place.
Yeah, I've just mentioned just there. Hannah Greenwood will come in at centre-half with Charlotte Wardlaw. But great work from Emily Murphy. Winning the ball back.
Scenes as well by the bench, yeah. Everybody just got all the players, all the coaches staff. Betty, fist pump and jump in the air. Love that. Love it.
Newcastle United 1, Sunderland 0 in the derby. Newcastle on course to do the double.
And I believe, touch wood, where's the wood? This will be 7 games unbeaten, I think. Is that right? It's St James's Park, including the friendly against Milan.
I was just about to say, do you not remember last week?
For the lasses anyway.
Yeah. Becky Langley on course now to join Sir Bobby Robson, to join Kevin Keegan in getting doubles over the Mackhams.
And all the Mackhams are getting taunted now in that corner by the Geordies.
Yeah, it's certainly getting a bit more lively here at St James's Park. Sunderland are going to have to take gambles, and that might just be perfect for Newcastle United. Shania Hales picks up the ball again, the goal scorer, looking for Bethel Umston, and it's great work by the Sunderland defender.
if you are joining us late, Newcastle United have scored in the last couple of minutes. Brilliant little bit of magic play on the right-hand side by Shania Hills. Maybe offside, maybe not. We don't care. She cuts in. What a finish, but Newcastle 1-0 up.
There's no VAR on the WSL Championship, but the linesman in front of me, Luke Bulls, kept his flag down, and Shania Hills left foot to finish.
Be careful, Shania, doing that. You're kicking the ball away, you know.
We're just about to hit the 80-minute mark here at St James's Park. Becky Langley's side have a 1-0 advantage. Sunderland have a free kick just inside the Newcastle half. This is the next 5. I know we're talking about them as there's probably about 10-15 minutes left in the game altogether, but the next 5 minutes are big. They've got to try and maybe make it a boring last 10 minutes, if you like.
Yeah, as a free kick comes in, going long, that should be Claudia's all day long. And I think what you might find now is a little bit of a swing in the match now that Newcastle are 1-0 up, because naturally Sunderland are going to have to come out. I think Newcastle will probably now play not so much defensive, but they'll play a little bit on the counter now that we've got that lead.
Certainly. I have to go back to the goal, and I have to give Emily Murphy a lot of credit. She wins the ball back, she drives on, and she had a big decision to make whether to pass it early. She didn't pass it early. She waited for the right time, though. Whether or not it was onside or not, or offside, we don't really care. Shania Hills does the rest, but you've got to give Emily Murphy a lot of credit there, Lee.
Yeah, and as I say, she's got a bit of magic touch, creativity, finding pockets. She's absolutely class. She's been a great signing for Newcastle in January. Irish international. I didn't know too much about her, but her debut, she come on second half at Southampton. She just shone. She was just someone who could keep the ball close knit.
Yeah, Newcastle just taking her time. Demi Stokes just taking her time. She's, as we've mentioned, she knows how to win big games. She'll making sure that she's passing that experience on to maybe the more inexperienced players, likes of your Charlotte Wardlaw, your likes of your Leah Cataldos. Emily Murphy just saying, just calm it down a little bit.
It's now, keep the ball now. If you keep the ball, you win the game now. So it's more or less, don't do anything stupid. Manage the game when it gets closer and closer towards that 90 mark. But I think from a Sunderland point of view, they've got to go forward now.
Yeah, there's a head clash. Head clash.
Rachel Furness isn't happy with the challenge afterwards, mind.
She's not, and there's a head clash, and I think both physios will come on. Can't see who it is, actually, is it? Amber Keegan-Stubbs, I think, it's down for Newcastle.
Yeah,
it is
right,
Amber. It is Amber.
She's back on her knees now.
Just taking her time. There's a little bit of conversations between both Newcastle players and Sunderland players over that. Not 100% sure who's at fault, but I think they're both asking, well, whose ball is it? Whose ball is it, ref? Will it be a drop ball or will it be Newcastle's ball? It looks like it's going to be Newcastle's ball. It's going to be a drop ball, but it's going to be Newcastle's possession. Yeah,
it's going to be a drop ball that referee's going to give Demi Stokes, and we'll play on from there, won't we?
Yeah, certainly. Only the 2 substitutions so far for Newcastle. Deanna Cooper coming off before for Hannah Greenwood as Newcastle scored, and their goal scorer, Shania Hales, coming on for Freya Gregory. Just wasn't her afternoon, Freya Gregory. Nearly 83 minutes on the clock. Just over 5 minutes since Newcastle took the lead and in the Gallagher. Shania Hales getting her 10th of the season, as Lee quite rightly says.
Let's read some of the comments out whilst we're in the break. Gannon says, let us. 1-0, Clary. Clap my hands. Dalaquiri man. Choppy, get in for Shania. Up the mags, says Josh. Gemma, get in, Shania and Choppy. Sunderland have just came to upset Newcastle players. Well, they've got to go up the other end and they want to upset us now.
I don't want to... No, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it. I don't want to jinx anything.
With the Sunderland fan...
it's a bit light-hearted between the Sunderland fans and Newcastle fans, but the police are just having a word with one of the Sunderland fans. And...
he's getting ejected.
Cheerio.
Oh, I think that's a bit harsh. He's just giving it a large. He's just having a bit of banter. He's been kicked out the ground. Just a kid, from what I can see. 17, 18-year-old kid. Just a bit of banter, that's all. He's been kicked at the stadium. I mean, we're talking from the other end of the pitch, mind. We don't know what was said, mind.
Shania Hales surely has won a free kick for Newcastle.
Oh.
Well, don't...
Oh, unlucky.
Twisting and turning, but Newcastle do win a throw-in. But I thought it should have been a free kick. Looks like she just gets her ankles clipped a little bit. But the referee said, nope. Probably a throw-in goes back to Shania from Demi. There's another throw-in to Newcastle. Sunderland running out of time. That's just what we want to hear, isn't it? Just running out of time.
Keep the ball, and then you'll win the game. Don't do anything daft.
Throw-in towards Lumsden.
In a bit like towards the end of the game, you might see one or two of them run down the corner flag. Just see the game. A bit like Wembley last week.
Be interesting to see if there's going to be many more substitutions for Newcastle, maybe just to kill time, run the clock down, as you rightly say, Lee. There's not been too many stoppages. I'd probably say maybe 3 to 4 minutes max so far as we go towards the last 5 minutes of the game.
I think if she was to make any more, there's got to be defensive. So you might see Lewis Joel potentially may come on.
Katie Barker just to run around maybe on that right-hand side.
Yeah, could be a shout.
Long kick up by Lambourne. And Cataldo wins the first header. Sunderland do win the second header, but it's a free kick and it's a foul by Charlotte Wardlaw on halfway.
Yeah, it's a free kick.
Will Sunderland go long again? Yeah, they will go long. They're going to look for the likes of Jessie Stapleton, Amy Goddard, as I mentioned before. They're going to be looking for those bigger.
They're being a bit brave now, aren't they? Oh, he's back in. That fan's back in.
Maybe just having a stern word, maybe. 85.5 minutes. Sunderland with the free kick on halfway. I'll tell you who's going to be. And you can hear her a mile away. It was Rachel Furness, and she wins that first header.
Was our regular steward from the away games?
Sunderland 2/3 into the half, looking for a cross, but it's well deflected by Jasmine McQuaid. And she should win it again, and she does, and it should be a Newcastle throw in if it goes out. It doesn't go out.
Oh, the referee pointed the other way then, anyways.
It is. What can Sunderland do? Can they upset Newcastle? Can they upset the apple cart? Hopefully they don't, and Jasmine McQuaid does exceptionally well.
Becky's loving that. She's clapping there, saying to Claire, brilliant that from Jazz, that's brilliant.
Yeah, doing fantastic.
A bit for the team there.
Yeah, the defensive side of the shift. Not many people like that. They want to make sure that they get their glory. A bit like what Shania's done 10 minutes ago. And Katie Barker is going to come on. I tell you what, Becky's reading my mind, but who will Katie Barker come on for?
Be one of the forward players. It'll be Beth or Emily.
Yeah.
But he'll get his burst of energy from her in the last few minutes. And I think also Becky will be quite conscious that she wants to get some of them on to St James's Park as well as seeing the game out.
I don't know. I don't think the first point will make a jot of difference. I think maybe back in the day it might have been with the 8 or 9-0 up, but certainly not now.
So Barker will get a massive applause, being a local lass. North Shields girl, isn't she?
Yeah.
Well, is she North Shields? Wales End? One of the
Katie, I think she's definitely on that side of the river, yeah.
3. Sunderland are going to make a double change as well.
Yeah, they've got to go for it, haven't they? 3 minutes left, plus injury time here at St James's Park. Katie Barker ready to come on. I'm sure she'll come on the next break in players. Newcastle, Rachel Furness, I think, has actually had a really good game this afternoon for Newcastle. She's made herself known this afternoon. But Sunderland looking to have a late chance down this left-hand side. Emily Murphy with a great challenge, though. Really good challenge.
And she'll be knackered, doing that.
That's the defensive side. That's what wins your games. But Sunderland have done well. They're keeping it in the corner, trying to win a corner of some sort of set piece. But Newcastle have defended it really well. And it's all started from Emily Murphy and Newcastle making sure that they're doing the right things, making it more difficult.
Newcastle are going to make a double change. Amy Andrews. So you might see the 2 forward wingers come off now.
I think you probably will see that, but Sunderland getting more of the ball in the last few minutes. Just over 2 minutes left here at St James's Park. Newcastle United 1, Sunderland 0. Goddard with the ball, looking towards the right-hand side. But Newcastle, very good defensively. They're set up pretty well defensively, and that's why Beth Lumsden's managed to get the ball back for Newcastle, but can't find Demi Stokes.
Come on, Demi, you got to get back in position. Come on, Demi.
Sun with the ball. How good of a ball. Well, I'll tell you what, Claudia Moan's starting position was absolutely fantastic because the Sunderland striker was onside. Any sort of touch past Claudia Moan, it's a penalty or even a goal. Yeah, great work by the goalkeeper.
She's read that perfectly because if she comes out too quick, she can put it over the goalkeeper. If you come out too late, the attacker's got a shot on goal. Perfect, brilliant.
Smothered, absolutely smothered the attack there.
These 2 subs are thinking, when we getting on here?
I don't think they care as long as they win. I think they're going to come on now. I think they're going to come on now.
I think the crowd are going to get nuts, yeah.
Yeah, Sunderland and Newcastle are both going to make substitutions this afternoon in the latter stages.
Is there official attendance for today's game? Yes, there is.
38,502. Emily Murphy, who made such a big contribution for the first goal, or the only goal of the game, she's going to come off. Amy Andrews is going to come on, and she's going to probably just do a defensive work, make it almost like 2 banks of 5. And Beth Lumsden, both with 2 goals in the game at the Stadium of Light. No goals this afternoon. but she's certainly putting a shift in and deserves all the plaudits from the Newcastle faithful, and Katie Barker will come on for her.
Yeah, sensible substitutions, press high, bit of energy, keep it going. Be a few minutes of stoppage time as we're approaching the 90th minute. There's only 18 seconds, 17, 16. You can see the timer on your screens there. We are going to start heading into stoppage time. So all eyes on the fourth official. What number goes up? I'll say 3 minutes.
I'll say 4. McAteer and Griffiths coming on for Sunderland as we are just about to hit that 90th minute mark. The lineswoman is there.
Talking to the referee. Here we go.
It's going to be a minimum of 4 minutes.
Johnny,
about right, in my opinion. And that is a throw into Sunderland. 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Newcastle just...
Becky Langley almost getting involved with one of the Sunderland players there. Becky might just get a yellow card. That's a red card.
A red card?
Yeah, you can't get it. You can't get involved. Unfortunately, Becky Langley has been sent off, but you can't do any sort of time wasting. So the referee has, I suppose, gone by the letter of the law.
What did she do?
She stopped the Sunderland player getting the ball in the dugout.
Well, that's a red card.
That's a red card now.
That's a red card.
Yeah, it's the right decision, unfortunately. Shania Hales nearly nicking the ball off Demi Lambourne, and Katie Barker just cannot seem to get past the Newcastle, the Sunderland press almost. But yeah, red card for Newcastle United's manager. Look, she'll be disappointed with that. She'll probably want to take the red card for herself rather than the players.
Oh, yeah, all day long.
But it is the right decision by the referee, unfortunately.
Well, Claire Ditchburn's now going to be barking the orders up. Newcastle just need to see this game out now. Don't let the emotions go too high. If you've got to get the corner flag, go at the corner flag.
Just over 2.5 minutes left here at St James's Park. Still 1-0 to Newcastle. Katie Barker, Shania Hales, probably the furthest forward for Newcastle, but it's very much a bank of 5. It's a 5-4-1 formation. Amy Andrews loses it in that one, but she wins it back. She got the ball for me. That's a poor decision by the referee. Poor decision. Free kick to Sunderland late on.
The keeper's not coming up. She is looking across to Mel Ray.
38,502 supporters are here for a Newcastle win. Newcastle are so close. They are nearly there. Just over 2 minutes to go here. And it's a free kick to Sunderland. Everyone bar one Sunderland player in terms of an outfield player is on in this attack. But what can they do, Sunderland? It's going to be a floaty. Looking for Amy Gunner, but it's Hannah Greenwood with that. And Katie Barker with a great challenge. And it's a throw into Sunderland. Throw in deep into injury time. We've played over 2 minutes of the 4 allocated. Newcastle just doing enough at this moment in time.
Brassy, Claire Ditchburn, they're all on the technical touchline now.
And the Keegan-Stubbs challenge. Ricochets back into the box, but Amy Andrews just about deals with it. She deals with it very well, and it's a goal kick. Fantastic work by the substitute. And Newcastle are just over a minute away from completing the double.
Yeah, I got a little bit mad at the end there, didn't it?
That'll be an interesting question to ask in the post-match press conference.
Is that a suspension?
He will be, I think, one game.
I mean, I think she'll take that if they take a derby win. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, a double. Yeah, certainly. All the Sunderland fans are starting to leave. They've given up. The Newcastle fans are staying.
We can see you sneaking out.
Claudia Moan, the long goal kicking. It's won by Amber.
Right, this has got to go to the corner. This has got to go down the corner now.
It's Jasmine Quinn.
Corner.
Will she keep it in the corner? Of course she will. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Daft. That's it. Class.
That's absolutely brilliant from Katie Barker. And she has won a throw-in for Newcastle. Absolutely brilliant.
Jazz is giving the crowd, lifting up.
They are nearly there.
There's going to be some wild celebrations, I reckon, yeah.
Just over 30 seconds left at St James's Park. They are so close to the 3 points, and Demi Stokes will take the throw-in the strawberry corner. They are so close. Shania Hales' goal just around 15 minutes before the end of the game. Looks like it will be enough to secure the 3 points for Newcastle and to get double dose of derby victory. They still keep it in that corner, and Sunderland can't really do much about it.
That's it for me.
And that is the 4 minutes up.
It's how long the ref is going to give you.
Sophie Dennington has looked at her.
Bernie's giving it the crowd.
Watch, and she is. Bernie's giving it. It's right where Newcastle want it to be, right in the corner. It's a Sunderland throw-in this time. There's not really much more they can do. Newcastle just doing what they want to do in terms of keeping it right in the corner. The referee still hasn't blown up at Rachel Furness.
Corner flag
Big
again.
header. Amy Andrews.
Corner flag again.
Can she keep the ball? And she can't at the minute.
The ball.
It's a free kick to Sunderland. They're running out of time. They are running out of time here. Surely that should be it. I don't know where this added time's come from. We've played 95 minutes nearly. There was only 4 minutes allocated. The Sunderland goalkeeper, Demi Lambourne, will be taking this free kick, and Shania Hales is basically saying it should be taken there. The referee has the whistle close, and she's blown for full time, and Newcastle United have completed the double. They have beaten Sunderland by 1-0. Shania Hales has given Newcastle a victory. Becky Langley comes back onto the pitch following that red card. In the first minute, exactly.
What red card? She's loving it.
In that first minute of injury time.
She's celebrating. Celebrations. Shania Hales has been lifted up by Emily Murphy. Everyone's running to Shania Hales. Deanna Cooper's over there. Emma Keegan Stobbs is celebrating with Brassy. Newcastle United have picked up 3 points. It was a hard, gritty win, but a bit of moment of magic from Shania Hales. Got the 3 points for Newcastle United. Massive, massive win.
It's a huge win. It's derby delight for Newcastle United. They have done it. They have done the double, and they will be celebrating tonight. It's been a fantastic week from a black and white persuasion. The League Cup win last week, and derby delight today. Shania Hales, the hero, the woman that made the difference this afternoon after she came on. Sunderland deflated, Newcastle elated. It is finished here at St James's Park. Newcastle United 1, Sunderland 0.
Just time there.